activity in DC is high, but nothing out of the ordinary. The area around Galaxy News Radio is
do to get my hands
secure.
on one of those I see.
Hail. May I start by saying that I am sorry for your loss. I was acquainted with your father many years ago. The world has lost one of its few remaining visionaries. Taking the loss in stride, are we? It would seem the Brotherhood has more pressing matters to attend to than a 20-year-old defunct project. Out of respect for your father, however, I will offer advice. What exactly do you need? I fail to see how such a device would be useful to you. In fact, I doubt such a thing really works. Either way, the Brotherhood is not in possession of such a device. If you are determined to waste your time, you may go off in search of one. Yes, well, I'm afraid that with the emergence of the Enclave, the Brotherhood is rather busy right now. I elected to take time from my responsibilities to assist you. Perhaps I was in error. Nonetheless, we may have what you seek.
In the archives upstairs is an old pre-war Vault-Tec terminal. I will send word that you need access to it.
Indeed. Farewell.
Welcome. You honor us with your presence here.
So, it looks like we need to... Where we go? Select a agenda. Ah, Dr. Lee. Sorry, those other people, they didn't survive. So, where are we going? Unfortunately, those... Here's the gig. Did you find the gig? Dark. Let's try see if it's in this one. Hearing.
Welcome. The Enclave seems to have developed advanced plasma-based
Wow.
weaponry. I need to analyze our power armor.
P-Rim? Just a whole rush. I'm gonna read.
The Brotherhood is at your service. The Brotherhood is at your service.
So where is this?
I've been meaning to ask you. Yes. I heard Elder Lion.
Brotherhood is at your service.
What I wouldn't do to get my hands on one of those enclave vertibirds.
You just managed to get yourself into all sorts of trouble, don't you? Welcome to the Citadel. Not many civilians get to see the place. It's the best of the Brotherhood, bar none. No one gets in without my say-so. You've seen them, so you know what we know. What more is there to say? If we can figure out where they're coming from, we might be able to stop them. If not... I've read the reports, seen the initial scans, but I can hardly believe it. I figured those radio transmissions were just old recordings. Never figured the Enclave would actually show up, in the flesh. But don't worry. Whatever they try, we'll be ready for it. I'll lead the Pride to knock them out tomorrow, if my father permits it. Stay strong.
You ever seen a super mutant's head explode? Hell of a mess.
Hail.
So I went ahead and handled it for you.
So what's the latest report?
Enclave troops have fortified the Purifier complex. With those vertibirds, they're
I've been
able to
meaning to
transport
ask you.
personnel at a Hail to you, stranger. I am Knight Captain Dusk, in service of Steel. If you require anything, simply ask. Ha! Funny. Here's some free advice. You're our guest, so I'd be real careful about who you insult. That sort of thing might fly out in the wastes, but here in the Citadel, it'll earn you a few broken teeth. See? That! Right there! That's the sort of shit that'll land a little girl like you in the infirmary.
Yes?
Need something, I heard all the lines talk.
I'm sorry. What part of "I'm done with you" didn't you understand? Leave me alone, waster. It takes some stones to admit a mistake. Maybe you're not so bad, stranger. Tell you what, buy me a drink sometime and we'll call it even. So what do you want that's worth pissing me off over? Honestly, I can't wait to see if one of those helmets can stop a hollow point round at 100 yards. I'm thinking, not. I can tell you that those heavily armored ones, the Masters, they favor heavy weapons, miniguns and missile launchers. My recommendation? Headshot from a distance. Avoid the meat grinder. We're the most elite tactical unit ever assembled in the Brotherhood of Steel, here or anywhere else. Hell, ain't nothing Sarah's Cubs can't handle. I'm a sniper with the Pride. Put any muty bastard within 1 mile of me and my rifle, and, well, pack it up, troops. Fight's over. Colvin thinks he's a better shot. Man's delusional. Remember, 1 shot, 1 kill.
Being a Rothschild. Sounds like...
Yes? No, I don't. What do you want? They're men. They're born, they live, they die. End of story. Shoot them, they die. Stab them, they die. Strangle them, they die. Sarah appreciates my methods. I fill a role no one else can. Spec Ops. Let's leave it at that. Stay safe, stranger.
Like even he's worried about the Enclave. You think I'm just being paranoid?
The truth?
So you're saying we're all going to die? That's, very optimistic. Thanks.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. Anyway, we should get back to our duties.
All right. Hail.
All this time spent acquiring technology, and we look like
Done right
cavemen
away.
next to the
So
Enclave.
I went ahead and handled it
That
for
is
you.
not acceptable.
What I wouldn't do to get my hands on one of those Enclave vertebrates.
Hail, outsider. I am Scribe Jameson. Word of your ordeal has spread. I am truly sorry for the loss of your father. But if I can help you in any way, please let me know. Ah, one of my favorite subjects, of course. What would you like to know? We believe in technology, in the triumph of the creations of the ancients over the horrors and evils of the wasteland. We believe in trust. Trust in technology. Trust in our fellow brothers. Trust in our elders. Ah, and we believe in victory. Our forces have dwindled, but still we fight on. Super Mutant, Enclave, it matters not. Surrender is not an option. Elder Lyons leads us. Star Paladin Cross is his seneschal. Sentinel Lyons, the Elder's daughter, commands the Lion's Pride, our elite combat squad. The Paladins lead the Knights. The Knights are the core of the Brotherhood. They scour the waste to eliminate evil and recover technology. Scribe Rothschild oversees the scribes in their duties to seek knowledge and restore the technology the Brotherhood has acquired. We first arrived in the capital wasteland in 2255. In those first couple of years, we discovered the Citadel, super mutants, and Project Purity. Ah, the Purifier. What an undertaking. The work your father and his team did was amazing. The Brotherhood helped protect them, you know, at least for a little while. But we were stretched thin as it was, even back then. We had to pull our forces out. When we did, the place was overrun. I imagine that's when your father left. I'm sorry. I wish things had turned out differently. Very well. You have? Oh my. This brings to light a sad affair for the Brotherhood, but perhaps it is something that you can assist us with. If you have the time, I have an offer for you. Good. As I'm sure you've noticed, the Brotherhood operates all over the DC ruins, often detached from the main base here at the Citadel. We're short on communication equipment, so many of the groups in the field operate as independent cells, without standing orders. Sometimes, I'm afraid that their missions end in their deaths. As Keeper of the Scrolls, it's my charge to write of each fallen brother's deeds. Exactly. A brother fallen in the field may have no one to carry word of his death back to me. In calmer times, we could send detachments and messengers to learn their fates, but with our manpower stretched thin, we have no such luxury. Which is why I must now ask you for your help. Each brother wears a holotag like the one you found. Should you find any of the fallen brethren in the field, I ask that you return their tags to me, so that I might record their deeds in the scrolls. Scrolls are kept by the head librarian of each Brotherhood bunker. The scrolls are a record of the Brotherhood itself. Into each scroll is written the name and deeds of each of our brothers. Battles, what technology is recovered, when he was promoted, everything. The last entry for each brother is that brother's death. It is important, as the way a man dies is just as important as the manner in which he lives. And so, each man who nobly serves the Brotherhood ascends into our history, to be remembered by those who come after him. They are on our fallen brothers throughout the DC ruins. However, I can't give you a full report on the locations of all of our operations. As I said, many of the units in the field operate independently, sometimes not reporting into the Citadel for weeks or months. As I told you, with the increase in super mutant activity and Elder Lion's edicts regarding our goals, we are critically short on manpower. Any soldier that I would ask to do this task is one less soldier fighting in the field or defending the Citadel. As much as I hate to involve outsiders, it is necessary if I am to properly maintain the scrolls to honor the dead. We have access to a great deal of technology, and because of that, there are a number of things that we can continue to produce. I will be able to offer you caps for the tags you bring me, but from time to time, I will be able to give you something a bit more interesting. Yes, what about them? It is my duty to provide knowledge that benefits the Brotherhood. We have access to a great... Well, there are a number of orders within the scribes, each dedicated to a specific area of research. The Order of the Sword is responsible for weapons research and development. Guns, ammunition, anything of an offensive nature. Defensive research is done by the Order of the Shield. Power armor, defensive structures, anything that is intended to protect us. The Order of the Quill preserves the written knowledge of the ancients, seeking out all manner of books and holotapes. Actually, I am Proctor of the Order of the Quill. I oversee the archives and library here in the Citadel. We are dedicated to preserving the history of the Brotherhood, as well as unearthing the secrets of the pre-war civilizations. We have a single field associate, Scribe Yearling. She operates out of the former Library of Congress to the northeast. Very well. Quite a few, but most are distinctly unladylike and unworthy of discussion. I will tell you that the Brotherhood has encountered the Enclave before, and their motives were just as sinister then as they are now. The Brotherhood has been battling super mutants for decades. First out west, then in Chicago, now here. But this group of super mutants is different somehow. Physically, yes, but mentally as well. If we knew where they came from, we'd know why. Go with peace and knowledge.
Welcome.
The Enclave seems to have developed advanced plasma-based weaponry.
All
need to
this time
analyze our
spent
power armor.
acquiring technology, and we look like cavemen next to the Enclave. That is not acceptable.
What aid can I offer you, outsider? What's been going on? Well, let's see. For years, we've been draining our resources defending the ungrateful residents of this no-man's land. Most of my best friends have either been ripped apart by super mutants or left to join the outcasts. And now an enemy we faced more than 30 years ago has resurfaced, and their tech is still better than ours. What's been going on with you? I really don't want to go into it. Go bug Scribe Bowditch. He could talk a dog off a meat truck. What do you need to find? You are currently in A Ring. Here you will find the Great Hall, the Lion's Den, and the Archives. Beyond this area is B Ring, quarters for the Knights, Scribes, and Elder Lions. Outside in the Bailey are the training areas and access to the Initiates Barracks. Other than that, down those steps is the lab. Be careful around there. The Scribes are touchy about who goes near their toys. You could say that. We have an old robo-doc. He's a bit creepy, but he does the job. You'll find him in B Ring. Well, any one of us would see Knight Captain Durga down in the lab, but since you're an outsider, you'll need permission from Elder Lions. Certainly. I can help with that. What do you need? Very well. As if we didn't have enough to worry about. Their weapons are better. Their power armor is better. Is their training better? We'll see. You know how many uglies I've killed? More than all of Lion's pride combined. That's how many. All it takes is a loaded weapon and the will to use it. Oh, and a good way to get ugly blood out of your armor. Little bit of Abraxo and some water. Works like a charm. Of course. Well, what's your tactical appraisal of our situation?
Enclave troops have fortified the Purifier complex. With those vertibirds, they're able to transport personnel at a remarkable rate. It appears the Enclave
Very
troops
well.
have moved
Thank you
beyond
for the update.
Purifier into the surrounding wasteland region.
No telling how far they might spread. Very well.
So it says, let's go here.
Hail.
Hail.
Need something, friend?
Hail.
You honor us with your presence here.
Hail to you, stranger. I am Squire Maxon, loyal servant of steel. It is an honor to make your acquaintance.